All right, so we had talked about benefit sought segmentation versus demographic segmentation. Let's go through a short example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use an example used, and the book used fast food restaurants, and especially in particular a fast food restaurant located on or near a college campus. In terms of demographic segmentation of fast food restaurants, and they identified female students living on campus, male students living on campus, female students living off campus, male students living off campus, female faculty members, male faculty members, night commuter students, visitors, maybe even regular customers or non-users of the product. So these are some examples of the demographic segmentation that your book had suggested. So if we were to segment the market that way, the real question is, well, what are their wants and needs, and then what products would we market towards them? Well, what about female students living on campus? What do you think their wants and needs are? Well, some of those students probably will want inexpensive food, right? Others might want extremely fast food because they're in a great big hurry. Others might want a place to sit down and eat because they don't want to have to eat in their dorm room. Others might want a very healthy menu, right? And so the truth is that we don't know what female students all want because they don't all want the same thing, and therefore we can't produce a product specifically for a female student. That's the problem with demographic segmentation. Let's look at an example of segmentation using benefits sought. First, we define the product category. We're talking about fast food restaurants. Second step is to identify the focal behavior that prompts the usage of the product. Well, when do you buy fast food? Well, some of you go to fast food restaurants for breakfast. Some go there for lunch, others for dinners. Maybe you like to go to a fast food restaurant on your way home from night school to pick up a little something. Or maybe after you've been out clubbing, you might stop at Taco Bell and grab a little food on your way home. Well, and another issue then would be, how often do you do it? What do you buy when you go to a restaurant? Do you buy the healthy food items? Do you always buy the French fries? Do you buy the items that are on sale? Or maybe you buy strictly from the cheapo menu or the dollar menu at some restaurants. And so the question is to look at the focal behavior that prompts the purpose of the product and ask yourself, what's important to you when you go to a fast food restaurant? Many of us would argue, when I go to a fast food restaurant, I'm interested in fast, hence the term fast food. 3 is the list of benefits sought by customers. So I've listed some of the benefits that people might want when they go to a fast food restaurant. They might be interested in inexpensive food, fast, being that is the food as soon as they order their food, they want it there. They might be interested in the quality of the food, the consistency of the taste. They might be interested in the healthiness of the food, that is available healthy options. Perhaps a fruit cup being substituted for French fries. They might be interested in the cleanliness of the establishment because they're interested in safety, food safety. They might be interested in a variety of the menu because maybe they'll have 3 or 4 people with us and everybody wants something a little bit different. So I want to make sure I go to a fast food restaurant that has a variety of menu. They might be interested in convenience. That is, a restaurant that's easy to get to, easy to order from, and easy to pick up. An example is that if you're driving down the interstate and you see a fast food restaurant, but it's a half a mile from the exit, you say to yourself, I'm not going to go there because that is going to take way too much time for me to stop and get fast food there and then move on. You might be interested in seating areas. Many of us might want a nice place to sit down and enjoy our food. And for some people, they might be interested in a fast food restaurant that is kids friendly. They want a nice place to take their kids for a treat. So what I've done here now is I've created a MAU model for segmentation, a multi-attribute utility model for segmentation, where I've looked at each of the attributes and I've looked at different segments, that is, different groups of customers and what they find to be the most important. Remember, this is on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being extremely important and 1 being not important at all. So you can see for segment 1 here, for instance, the price of the food is the most important item. They're interested in fast, and they're interested in the quality of the food and the cleanliness of the establishment, obviously, a little bit. But their major concern is fast. inexpensive. The second group is all about fast. They want to make sure that when they order their food, it gets to them in a great big hurry. They're also interested in convenience. They want to make sure that the restaurant is in a convenient location. These people probably don't go to Chick-fil-A, and these people probably don't go to In-N-Out Burger, where it takes a little bit more time. But perhaps the fourth or fifth segment might be one that appeals to the In-N-Out Burger group. The third segment is one that's interested in the healthiness of the food. That is, even though it's a fast food restaurant, they are interested in healthy food that's good quality and safe to eat. This might be someone who is in a hurry but still wants to eat healthy, or relatively healthy at least. Segment 4 is a group that's mostly interested in the seating area and the cleanliness of the establishment. These are people who, when they go to a fast food restaurant, want to order, sit down, and enjoy their meal on the premises. They don't want to eat in the car. They don't want to take the food home and eat. They want to go to a fast food restaurant and dine there. The last group might be one that's interested in having a place where they can take their kids to eat. Well, it's got a nice area. It's kids friendly. Once again, those people are probably interested in the healthiness of the food and also the cleanliness and food safety for the children that might be eating with them. All right, so we would take these bundles now and we would construct bundles. We would name those segments, and then we would identify products to meet their needs. So segment 1 we might call cheapies. These are people who want low-cost food and a good value for their money. Segment 2 we would call get and goes. They want to get their food fast and be on their way. The third group we might refer to as healthy eaters. They want to be able to eat healthy even though they're at a fast food restaurant. Segment 4 we might call diners. These are people who want a nice place to sit down and enjoy their food. And this fifth segment might be people who are interested for fun for their kids, where I want a nice place to take my kids as a treat. The next thing we would do then is we would look at making sure that we have products available for those segments. And so while I have 5 different segments here, someone like McDonald's wants to make sure that they attract all 5 of these segments to their restaurant. So for the cheapies, we need to have a cheap menu, a $1 menu or a 59-cent menu, and we need to have value meals and deals. You know that Jack in the Box has both a $1 menu, but Jack in the Box always has a special going on. So do a number of other restaurants. The second segment is the get and go segment. Well, for them, it's absolutely essential that we have a drive-through and make it easy to order and fast. You'll notice now that even some Subway restaurants now have drive-throughs. And the idea behind a drive-through is that it makes it, I can sort of get my food and be on my way. The third segment, the healthy eaters, well, you think about McDonald's. Well, McDonald's has a number of healthy options available for these people. They also post the nutritional information, and they always have the inspection certificates where they get an A rating by the Board of Health because their restaurant meets all the specifications for a clean, safe place to eat. Diners, well, if I'm interested in attracting diners, I need to make sure that I have clean, comfortable, quiet seating, maybe some music, maybe local newspapers, maybe I offer free refills. And the idea is I make this a setting where people feel comfortable sitting down and taking their time and dining. For the fifth segment, the fun for my kids, I probably need larger seating areas so that my whole family can be seated in one spot. I need probably to have kids' meals with healthy options. I probably need a play area for the kids and a nice place for parents to watch where their kids are located. Then I need to identify target markets. For instance, cheapies. Well, cheapies might be some college students, retirees, and maybe staff employees at the university that don't make much money. These are people who are operating on limited budgets, and they are probably interested in the price of the food that they're going to buy. Healthy eaters are more likely to be females, are more likely to be older, and are more likely to be affluent. So we could go through each of these segments and identify target markets that we might send specific communications to. So McDonald's might have 5 different commercials, one for each segment, where they focus on college students with the prices. They focus on healthy eaters with by describing their healthy options. The people who are interested in fast, they will have they will show them how you can order ahead, pick up your food on the fly, and they can show where many of the new McDonald's restaurants have 2, or in some cases even 3 different drive-through windows to speed up the drive-through process. And then, of course, you need to evaluate the segments in terms of segment size, state of want satisfaction, and market potential. The idea here is that the goal of segmentation is to understand and take advantage of the diversity of wants and needs in the marketplace. McDonald's does that. How does McDonald's do that? Well, they segment the market down in terms of wants and needs, and then they make sure that they offer products, goods, and services that meet the needs of each of the segments. That's how you use benefit segmentation as opposed to demographic segmentation to build a marketing strategy around the diversity of wants and needs in the marketplace.